Hi there, I'm John at John's Carnivorous Plants, and this is my indoor nursery. Today, I think this one's going to be a rather quick one, but it's why are cultivar names so crazy now? This is what I have on my notes for this. And this one is kind of more of an off-the-cuff kind of rant, but cultivar names are typically registered through the International Carnivorous Plant Society in regards to carnivorous plant names. And they are the registry, well, the registrar, I think that's the term, for all of the cultivars for carnivorous plants. And the application process to register one of your cultivars is basically a form that you fill out, take some pictures, and send into the International Carnivorous Plant Society, and they themselves will determine whether or not your plant submission is a notable enough cultivar to deem cultivar status. Now, whenever they're doing that, they're more concerned with the unique nature of the plant as opposed to its exact name that you've given it. So whenever you're looking at some of these names, they tend to be people who've just, for whatever reason, were just like, oh, this thing's really cool. Now, there's recently been an uptick in names that, frankly, I can't say on YouTube just because of their rather raunchy, I guess is the best term I would use, terminology in the name. But hey, if you want to name it something, generally speaking, as long as it's not extremely vulgar or obscene or offensive, the International Carnivorous Plant Society will allow it. Now, some of the more obscene ones aren't technically registered with the International Carnivorous Plant Society and are just, cultivars that people have nicknamed themselves and are passing off on other people. These ones are not official, and while they do denote sometimes a rather unique plant, these are not officially registered plants and should not be sold as such. They should just be referred to as the cross they are. Little I understand that growers, they get a very unique looking plant. Like I have some of my more unique looking, little, Pedularis hybrids. And, you sometimes come up with a name for them to keep track in your head of like, oh, that's what that one is, even though you got several different very prime, plants from a particular cross that are all unique and frankly cultivar worthy in their own right. Well, long-windedly, it's basically just people get to pick the name whenever they put it in the registry. Most of the really ridiculous ones tend not to be registered, and you can go to the International Carnivorous Plant Society's page, so it's like carnivorousplant.org, and you can actually look, they have a cultivar registry, and you'll see that all of the names that they've officially registered in as cultivars. And surprisingly, it's not as long as you would think. So definitely check it out if you want to see the official ones. And they also have all kinds of other information about the cultivars, and typically like who named it, when it was named, etc. So some cool information that you can definitely find. There's also some very interesting plants in there that you'll find, like for those still watching this and who like to look into some very interesting stuff. There are the Nepenthes cultivars labeled East Everglades. So they were Nepenthes that were released into the wild by some unknown individual in the Everglades that were then removed but have entered into cultivation. They're very rare to find, and there's actually Fish and Wildlife reports that you can dig up online that, frankly, I found them once, and it was in a database that was kind of ridiculous to use in terms of searchability. And every time I tried looking for the extirpation report since, I have not been able to find it. However, if I remember correctly, it was like between 1990 to 1995, somewhere in that 5-year window, and it was like on a Florida site, like a governmental site from Florida. But yeah, it definitely happened, and there's some very interesting things you can find in that cultivar registry. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and I hope you now understand why there's so many crazy names for carnivorous plant cultivars nowadays. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my Discord or my nursery link, and buy a plant for me to help support. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the next one.